Hi y'all. So today we are learning how to add and subtract matrices. This is notes number 12 for those of you keeping score at home. So a matrix is a rectangular array of elements divided into horizontal rows and vertical columns. So it looks like this funky thing. It's like a weird kind of box. And what we say and how we sort of name it, it's called an order, is we name how many rows it has by how many columns it has. So this, for example, would have 1, 2, 3 rows. So this would be a 3 by 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So we would have, this would be a 3 by 4 right here. So it says matrix A at right is 3 by 4. Each element is then named by A and then the row and the column in the subscript. Right, so that's what we see right here. So if this one says that it's in the second row and it's in the second column. So I'm going to go down to the second row and then I'm going to go over to that column. So then I would say that this one is equal to 3. Right, so then for this one, I would be in the third row and the fourth column. So I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 rows and over 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So that whole thing, 2 to the power to the 2, 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 2, is that piece there. And then finally, I have the fourth row and the third column. So I could see, okay, I'm going to the fourth row, 1, 2, 3, 4. I see that there's no fourth row there. There's no fourth row, so this is not possible. We call this undefined. Okay, so that is what that is. A little bit of matrix vocab for you. A matrix made out of just a single row is called a row matrix. It's kind of funny and really low key. A matrix made out of a single column, so that's one that just, so a row would be just one that looks like this. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3 like that. A column one might be 1, 2 like that. Just one single column would be called a column matrix. A matrix made out of an equal number of rows and columns, that looks like this. Maybe it's a 2 by 2, right? So maybe a 2, 4, make it, we'll call it 6 and 8 just for kicks. That's called a square matrix because it makes a square. And then a matrix where every entry is 0, so maybe just a bunch of zeros across, is called a zero matrix. Sometimes I've heard it called an empty matrix, but technically it's called a zero matrix. So as we look here, we have adding and subtracting matrices. So this is very, very simple. We add and subtract by adding the things that are in the same place in the box, in the matrix. So if I look at this, I would say, okay, I'm going to have a 1 plus a 10 would be 11. I put that in the same spot. It's in the top left corner, so I put it in the top left corner. Use a different color here. I have negative 3 plus 3. That would be 0. I have the top right corner, top right corner, top right corner. I have 4 plus negative 8. That gives me negative 4. And then I have 8 plus 22, which gives me 30. And simple as that, this would be our answer matrix. The same exact thing is true with subtraction. We're just subtracting. So I'm going to make my matrix first. I have 1 minus negative 6. A negative will make a positive, so 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 minus 5. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. 3 minus negative 4, again that's positive, so 3 plus 4 is 7. 4 minus 3 is 1. 5 minus negative 2 is 7. 6 minus 1 is 5. So you can see that we end up with these really nice, neat things. I had a 2 by 3 here and a 2 by 3 here, so I ended up with a 2 by 3 here. So then you might be asking what happens if we have a 2 by 2 versus a 2 by 3. I would say, okay, I have 2 times this gives me that, and this one match up, but then this one's just kind of chilling out here. So it turns out that we actually can't do this. So we can't match if the orders, sorry about that, the orders are not the same. Or if we could say like the matrices are different sizes. Matrices are different sizes. So what we would say here, if the problem asked us to do this, we would say it's undefined because there's no way to do this wrong. I'm going to go charge my Apple battery, and I'll be back to talk about Notes 13. See you guys soon. Bye.